Dhaval Ajmera joining us, Director, Ajmera Realty and Infra, to talk to us about Q3 numbers, but also how and what to expect for Q4 and beyond. Welcome, Dhaval. Good chatting with you. I want to first start off by understanding pre-sales guidance for full year was expected to be strong. Where are we there on that particular metric? How far are we and expected to meet guidance?
So we are currently at 830 crores. Our
Yes.
pre-sales guidance was 1350 crores. We are working on 3-4 projects right now, and we are hoping that we are very confident we'll achieve this pre-sales guidance. Some approval processes gets here and there, but we are very confident that we'll be achieving that.
And how's the launch pipeline coming along? Because you did very well in H1 with regard to the launch pipeline. So do you believe that the very small bandwidth in terms of new launches in H2, would you be able to achieve pre-sales for full year? What gives you that confidence?
Well, honestly, where we are going to launch a few projects in our existing area, which is Vadala, and also in other towns, other suburbs like Vikhroli and other places, where the market has been very strong. We are having a good response. The current position of our existing Vadala projects have been that we are almost 80-90% sold. So obviously the inventory is not around. So we are having a great inquiry, which is already here. That gives us that confidence that whenever we launch, and which we are hoping to do this in the next 40-45 days, we'll have a great run coming towards the end of the year.
Understood. So net Dhaval, comfortable with regard to that guidance of 1350 crore. Is that fair to say?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, point taken. You've also bought land in Ghatkopar East. Give us details on that. What's the GDV like, and how quickly do you get to launch?
It's a very niche parcel which we have bought in Ghatkopar. It's one of the primemost area of Ghatkopar East. It's about 1300 meters. We bought it about 51 crores. We are expecting to have about 40 to 44,000 square feet of sellable area, with a GDV of, our expectation is about 160 to 170 crores. So it's a very niche product, and we are wanting to enter that kind of product now in some areas, like which expands and helps us grow in that direction. So that's where we are going. And overall, we are also so far acquired about projects for 2,500 crores, including the Ghatkopar one, where in this financial year, and we are strong on acquisitions and hopeful to close a few more in the next few months.
Okay, point taken. So Dhaval, what's the glide path like for FY26? What's the kind of...
Yeah, so FY26 is looking extremely strong for us. We have two projects coming up in our Vadala. We'll have a few projects coming in Kanjurmarg, obviously the Vikhroli project. There's a Versova project. There's a one in Bangalore, which we are looking at, and something coming up in other cities. So I think FY26 is looking extremely exciting for us. We're just allocating the kind of resources what we want in terms of our approvals, in terms of our launches, and this will be probably one of the best financial and the sales year which we anticipate in the coming years.
Got your point. I want to also talk a little bit about execution. What kind of number are you expecting on the revenue count? Because that will largely be determined by how you're executing. So what's the kind of clip that you'll show with regard to annual numbers, both on the revenue as well as on margins, when you're looking at it for FY26 full year?
Well, obviously the numbers we are currently panning out, but our expectation at least is 25 to 30% higher in our revenue, definitely in the coming financial year. The reason being, a lot of our projects have been coming into either completion stage or probably just getting, we are on the percentage completion method. So we will have a lot of it to come under declaration, as well as the new launches which we will do, that will also come under declaration. So we are hoping to have at least a 25-30% growth in those numbers in terms of revenue. And definitely margins are something which we are extremely working very hard with. Our debt levels coming down, our margins are growing better, and we are hoping to continue in the same method in the coming financial year as well.
Dhaval, 30 seconds. With regard to your borrowing number, it's been largely flatlined since FY22. Do you expect this kind of number to continue? Do you expect to increase borrowing? Because debt to equity roughly 1:1 at this point.
No, we've recently reduced our debt to 0.57 right now.
Okay.
Our debts have come down to 673, which was earlier 780 crores. Our expectation is that we endeavor to keep it around this levels, but obviously when these projects which we take and are announced, they will have working capital requirements. So we are very clear that projects will be mapped with a financial closure, but that will be taken care from the project itself. So cash flows are not an hindrance at all.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dhaval. Great perspective. Good chatting with you.